Hi, it's the Irish Gypsy here to bring you your June 2017 mid-month readings. Thank you so much for joining us here today, and welcome to any newcomers who may be with us for the first time. So the thank yous first. Thank you for all your likes and shares and subscribes, for all your wonderful feedback, support, and comments. Thank you to those of you who continue to keep me so busy and reaching out for personal one-on-one readings, and to my regular clients as well. Thank you for the consistent feedback you send and how our readings continue to play out in your lives. And if any of you are interested in any personal reading with me and you haven't read with me before, you can click on the About or Description button on my channel's homepage, which will give you a little more information and my email address, which is Maggie1McGuire@gmail.com. You can email me directly. I would be delighted to work with you. I do readings full-time 6 days a week, so I'm usually able to get back with you quite quickly. A turnaround time is anywhere from a few days, upwards of 2 weeks, but almost always within a 2-week period of time, we can set something up for you. So if you're interested, send me an email and we will go from there. So remember, these are general readings, and there's many of you watching, so of course they're not going to mean the exact same thing to the same degree or intensity for everyone watching. So if you know your rising and your moon sign, check those videos as well. They may provide you with additional insight and clarification, or they may play out a little more predictively for you than your primary sun sign video. I will be pulling 4 cards for the mid-month readings, 2 cards for each of the remaining 2 weeks, with an additional 5th card from the bottom of the deck for overall energy and guidance. So this reading is for the fire sign of Sagittarius. Sagittarius, my fun-loving Sagittarians, for the remainder of June 2017. Sagittarius, show me Sagittarius. What is in store for them for the remainder of June 2017, mid-month for Sagittarius? Okay, Sagittarius, here we go. We begin with the 5 of Pentacles, followed by Strength, Justice, followed by the 6 of Pentacles. Wow. From the bottom of the deck, your overall energy and guidance is the 9 of Swords. I'm going to pull one more. Yes, the 4 of Wands. I just felt compelled to. Powerful reading, Sagittarius. It looks like for a lot of you, you're at some kind of pivotal point in your life too. Some of you may be involved in an actual legal dispute or lawsuit of some kind. Hold steady. It looks like you're stressing and maybe having a lot of fears and doubts and insecurities about it, but hold strong, because I think things are going to work out quite well in your favor. I'm going to actually start with your crowning card representing overall energy and guidance. And I usually just pull one, but I felt compelled to pull a second one, so I did, because the first one we pulled was the 9 of Swords, which I hate seeing for anybody. It represents a lot of stress, anxiety, and worry. 10s being completion. The 9 represents a large amount. This is kind of the staying up late at night card, not being able to sleep, things interfering with you, circular thoughts going around and around and around, a lot of stress, anxiety, and worry. Too much energy being poured into worrying about something. The energy of the 9 of Swords is somewhat illusionary, meaning that the source of your worries and concerns might be totally valid, but the 9 of Swords usually comes up when somebody's focusing way too much on the potential negative of a situation, making it much worse than it actually is in the reality of the situation. So be vigilant about that. Guard against that. It looks like things are going to work out quite well for you. I decided to pull an additional guidance card, and we pulled the 4 of Wands, which, you know, the happy surprise card. This represents again, an unexpected thing coming into your life, which actually makes things turn out better than you anticipate them. It can also represent a celebratory event or a get-together at which something unexpected happens, which turns out to be a blessing, and again, making things turn out better than you anticipate. So for those of you who are really in this kind of stressful place, maybe you're waiting for an outcome for something, or you're trying to make a decision whether to do something or not, I think things are going to work out much better than you anticipate. So try and pull back as much of that negative energy as you can and take care of yourself, Sagittarius. So in the main spread, we have the 5 of Pentacles accompanied by Strength. We're around the 3rd week or so of June, time being somewhat fluid, as I always say, give or take a few days. So the 5 of Pentacles We have two Pentacles cards here. So for some of you, this could be about, you know, money, finances, work, career. Pentacles is earth energy, and it often manifests in that tangible, concrete area of our lives in the day-to-day world we live in, which often deals with things like money, finances, property, job, career, assets, things like that. The Five of Pentacles is a card of insufficiency and lack, or the fear of insufficiency and lack, particularly in financial or material things. On a spiritual and emotional level, energetically, the Five of Pentacles can represent feeling abandoned, rejected, kind of blackballed or cast out, you know, set aside of a group of people, not belonging, not fitting in. But it represents need, it represents lack and insufficiency. But you can see there's this beautiful light shining out from this cathedral, this church window that these two are standing in front of, this couple that's in need. And this can also be a sign that there may be an opportunity. Sometimes the Five of Pentacles represents an opportunity in front of you, perhaps an opportunity in relationships. It could represent that there may be somebody worth taking a second look at in your environment, but for some reason you're just not. And you may want to take a second look at them because you may be passing up a really great opportunity for a really great relationship or friendship. And the same with work and career. There may be a solution or help or resources closer than you think. All you need to do is reach out. For some of you may be on one side of this or the other. The combination of the Five of Pentacles and strength can represent having the strength to ask for help, to kind of face your fears, your doubts, your insecurities, which is what its strength represents. This represents wrestling with your demons, kind of facing what you're afraid of, going right into it and dealing with it rather than avoiding it or trying to pretend it's not there. The strength and courage it takes to deal with it head on, and the strength and wisdom and insight you get from doing that afterwards. So for some of you, this can represent having the strength and courage to reach out and ask for help. For some of you, you have an opportunity, somebody's reaching out to you for help, and you're being asked to help them. It depends on, you know, there's a lot of you watching. These are general videos, so some of you are going to be on one side and some of you are going to be on the other, but the energy fundamentally remains the same. Spirit is asking you to have the strength and courage to either reach out and help someone or to ask for help yourself. And just also to have hope and faith, if that doesn't fit you specifically, to have hope and faith that whatever outcome you're waiting for, this resolution, it's coming and it's going to be working in your favor, particularly those of you who are waiting for an outcome in a legal situation like a lawsuit or litigation of some kind. So next to that, and which kind of underscores that, around the last week or so of June, perhaps going a little bit into July, we have the energy of the Justice card paired with the Six of Pentacles. This is great. Both of these cards in a way are about balance. Justice is, about justice. This is the reap what you sow card. And this card represents that the outcome and resolution is going to be directly shaped and affected by what you put into it, how much effort, work you put into it, and also truth, integrity, honesty. Justice is blind, meaning that the outcome is supposed to be based on what is actually the actual proven motivations or what you've actually put into something. It's the reap what you sow card. What you put into this is going to directly reflect what you get out of it. It represents that things will be fair, regardless of whatever the outcome is. It's going to be fair. Now it's paired, but in the upright position, it is a strong implication that things are going to be working out in your favor. Particularly if you're doing and have done everything that you can to the best of your ability and upholding a sense of honor and your own personal sense of integrity as well. Putting all of those things into whatever this is going to directly reflect a very positive outcome. And Justice is accompanied by the Six of Pentacles, which is a similar card. It's a card about balance, about symbiosis, give and take, even give and take, giving and receiving equally, being open to giving, being open to receiving. Again, some of you may be in a position where you're being asked to give to somebody. Somebody's coming to you for help. You're being asked to, for some reason, have the courage to help them. Some of you, it may be that you're the one, you need to have the strength and courage to reach out and ask for help as well. And for others of you who are just waiting for an outcome or a resolution, it's going to work out in your favor quite well, particularly for those of you who, again, have put everything that you can into this to the best of your ability. And for some of you who have been very philanthropic, maybe you've given to somebody when other people thought you haven't, or you helped somebody out when other people maybe thought you shouldn't, or were feeling, kind of cynical about. And because of that, you are going to actually be reaping some kind of rewards from that. I feel like that's for a very small, specific portion of you, but that's what I'm getting. Something about you helping somebody out, or you helped somebody out in some way, and you're getting some kind of karmic return from that. So your overall energy, this Nine of Swords, be vigilant about this energy. Take back as much or all of that energy you can into thinking that things are not going to be working out well, that you can't do something, or that you did something wrong. The resolution of this, number one, it's about not giving up too. For those of you who are waiting for something and you're really worried about it, this is about not giving up, continuing to kind of plug away in there. Things are going to be, I think, wrapping up, and the cycle is going to be ending soon. And it looks like, at least for the majority of you, it's going to be working out in your favor. I pulled an additional guidance card, and we got the Four of Wands, which is the happy surprise card. Something happening. I think it may be too karmic too, for those of you who gave with no thought of return, or who just did the best you could in the situation, even if it looked like it wouldn't matter, you did it anyway. The Four of Wands is also a card that can represent an actual celebratory event, or a get-together where something unexpected happens that works out to be a blessing, which is why it's sometimes nicknamed the happy surprise card. So regardless, Sagittarius, it looks like things are going to be working well. For those of you who are feeling really discouraged and hopeless, despairing, sometimes this Five of Pentacles can represent the dark night of the soul. Hang in there. Don't give up. It's coming to a close, and it looks like it's coming to a really nice close for you. Do the best that you can. If you're in a position where you need to reach out and ask for help, do so. The karmic returns will be very good for you. If you're in a position where you're being asked to, or you feel prompted to help or extend yourself out to somebody, do that. Do it with no thought of return, but there's always a karmic return somewhere that it's going to help you. For those of you who helped somebody out when you didn't have to, or did something, like that when you didn't have to, with no expectation of getting anything in return, you are getting karmic returns back. And those of you in legal or lawsuits, anything like that, again, it looks like things are going to be working out in your favor, and they will be fair. In relationships, you can apply all of the same energy to that, although the majority, what I'm really feeling is that it's more in that Pentacles energy, kind of earth energy world. But you can, of course, translate this same energy fundamentally to relationships as well. Don't give up, and give as equally as you get. So Sagittarius, an interesting reading, lovely and bright. I don't like this card, Sagittarius. Pull back that energy. It's not necessary. Things are going to work out, I think, pretty well for you. Don't give up, and try to remain open, open to giving, open to receiving, and I think things are going to work out just fine for you. So Sagittarius, keep your chin up. I hope that this reading has brought you a little bit of insight and guidance, or a little bit of renewed hope and faith. Anyway, I will see you all again in a couple of weeks for the July 2017 mid-month readings. And again, if any of you are interested in a personal one-on-one reading with me and you haven't read with me before, you can click on that about or description button on my channel's homepage, and feel free to email me directly at Maggie1McGuire@gmail.com. I would be most happy to work with you. Hopefully I will see you all again in a couple of weeks for the July readings. And until then, remember, Sagittarius, that I always wish you joy, peace, blessings, and a happy life, and I hope to see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.